Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, YouTube.
Good day.
Yeah.
Good weekday.
Wherever you are.
Happy whatever day we upload this on.
Yeah.
Today we are telling the story of how we became friends.
Yeah, in chronological order.
Yeah, from the beginning to the end.
And to present.
Oh yeah.
None of us are dead yet.
No, we're actually gonna stop being friends today. After we tell the story, we're gonna.
What? This is our last day of youth. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing right now.
Let's start with you moving here.
Yeah.
Because I was already in Utah when you got here.
You were here.
So let's start with how you moved here.
Okay, so originally, a lot of you guys know, or anybody who's new, I'm originally from Orange County, California. I lived there from 4 to 14. And then I moved to Utah around the beginning of 8th grade. I think I moved in the second week of 8th grade that was going on here. And that year I met Corey Hunter Wynn, formerly just known as C-Dub.
Formerly known as C-Dub. And
man.
What was your first... What's your first memory of me?
Bro, it took me forever but the very first memory I have of you was, I remember I was sitting alone at lunch because I had no friends yet, and an apple flew by my head and just nailed a chick right behind me. And I look over and you're just laughing your ass off, and you come over, run past me and be like, "Hey, I am so sorry." You had thrown an apple and just bricked some chick in the dome. And
yeah.
I think it was...
It was.
Yeah.
It was her. I felt so bad.
Yeah.
I felt so bad. I still think about that to this day because it was a frozen apple too.
Oh,
like it was straight from like the lunch lady's. Like I was literally talking to one of my friends. I looked over. I was like, that would be funny if I chucked this into the garbage can over there. I grabbed the frozen apple, huck it across the lunchroom, just watch it zoom and corner into this girl's temple. Wow.
Just nail her, bro. That was my first memory.
That's your first memory of me?
Yeah, bro.
What havoc, dude. Oh my goodness. My first memory of you, I don't know if I've ever told you this.
Nah.
But it actually made me it's the first time I've ever like admired and looked up to you.
Wow.
Actually. And it was my first impression of you. One of my friends at the time, I guess he was just a certified hater. He had I'm not kidding. He had met you previously, and you had just got here, and it was like towards the end of 8th grade, and you were talking about we had met before that, but this is my first vivid memory of you.
Yeah.
You had been talking about how you were going to play for the middle school's basketball team.
Yeah, that next year.
And he was clowning you for that. And I didn't know you. I was like, I would look at you and I was like, okay, well, Kenny who? Which leads me to a small little side segment I'd like to add.
Yeah.
Describe what each other looked like when we first met. Like what each other would wear, what we would do.
I got the exact fit in my temple, bro.
I don't have a fit for you. I'll try my best though.
You had your long hair, but it wasn't too long. Like it was like a little shorter than it is now.
Yeah.
And it was that Odd Future t-shirt.
The donuts button up or just the
either or. Those were your two favorite shirts.
I know that all the time.
And those like brown tacky like looking joggers, and those like you had like Nike SBs.
Yep.
With white socks.
Yep.
That was
wow.
That tight ass backpack.
Wow. The same backpack I wear to this day.
That was the move, bro. And during the summers, bro, you would you'd rock like a headband, bro.
A bandana.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a bad boy. The only thing I remember you wearing in middle school was like just some like some straight not corduroys, but they were like tan pants and a BYU hoodie.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh my gosh, that gray BYU hoodie? Oh wow.
Yeah. Or like some shorts in that hoodie.
Yeah, I'd rock shorts every day.
Yeah, that's what I remember. And I remember, yeah, you had that flat top.
Oh my God.
You would talk about like bleaching it.
Oh my God. That was so fly.
Yeah, but beyond that, appearance-wise and like stuff you would do, um, I remember during lunchtime, you would often be like, just like speaking to the most like random people. Like I would see you in a new group of people like every single day.
Oh
You're
shit.
just
Yeah.
rocking with them, and I was like, oh, he must be like really personable.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I was trying to find my place in the world, really.
Felt that. Describe the moment that you think we became friends.
Bro, ninth grade year, bro. We had a science class together.
Oh my god.
And we sat at the same I remember, bro, you sat they were long tables in rows. And I was at like the closest seat to the aisle, and you were on the other same row, farthest seat at the other table across from me. But I just remember like pulling my head back, and we'd just be like dicking around and be like, I remember I was like, bro, I just got this haircut. It was like Frank Jackson had it. It looks sick. He's like, you're like, dude, that actually is tight. I was like, yes. Yeah, and then like I don't even know how we started hanging out.
Oh, I don't know either. I have no idea. But the moment I knew, I have two. One is the moment I knew we were going to be friends for a while. The other was the moment that I knew I absolutely with this guy. Like I was like, I have to keep him around just because he makes me laugh and he makes me happy. The moment I knew we were going to be friends forever was the infamous moment where we were just skipping class and walking around the hall in middle school, and then we just hear this stern voice over the intercom. Not even in an announcement voice, not even hey, to class 104, class 104. It was just like, Corey and Damon, please go down to the front office. It was just a stern voice, and we looked at each other.
We were like, oh shit.
The moment I knew I was gonna rock with you for a while was we snuck over to this girl's house, and she had a friend.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, yeah, my parents are chill. It don't really matter. We can make noise. So we were talking in a room. It was like 1 a.m. We were only like 15 years old. But we were just chopping it up with me and her friend, us and her friend. And her dad comes down. The door is locked, so he starts pounding on the door. And I just look at this dude. I'm like, okay, we gotta get out of here. We open up her window, dip the hell out, just start running. By that time, the dad had already gone around the house. He was far more concerned with who was in the house than getting his daughter in trouble for having people in the house. And so he chases us, and I see him running. So I'm like, oh crap. So I start to slow down, and I start looking back, and I start like reasoning with him. I was like, hey, sorry. Yes, it was me. Yes, we were hanging out with her. I'm sorry. And I'm like halfway in a conversation with him until me and him are like right here. I turn around, and Damon is all the way down the hill. All the way down the hill. Didn't even look back. He knew he wasn't getting caught. He wasn't trying to reason with anybody. All the way down the hill, headed right home.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't going to let this motherfucker know who he was, where he lives. He was gone. And her dad was just like, well, he's not allowed to come over anymore. And I was like, I'm sure he doesn't care.
But like the thing was, it was like, well, shoot, bro, if this dude, we had synchronized like how we were getting there, like where we were gonna meet up. You had your 4-wheeler, and I was on a longboard, bro.
Yeah.
So I was like, if this dude is ballsy enough to chase us in a car, I'm done for. Like you could at least like skirt.
Yeah, we'd ride around on my 4-wheeler. Just on main roads.
Sneaking out and stuff.
Just saw a cop, we'd zoom, go into another neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
Evade the cops, which is really dangerous and very illegal to be driving without a license, an unregistered vehicle on the road past midnight. But you know what? We did it and we got away with it. There's nothing anyone can do about it now.
Not a single thing. I just remember a group of like a whole like 50 or 100 kids just surrounding the pillar during lunch. and you would climb the entire thing and just was sliding.
There were 2 floors in our school, and I got over the railing on the second floor because it was like a balcony type deal. And I jumped over the railing and then reached over to one of the poles that go from the ceiling to the floor on the bottom floor. And I went on the pole and just started sliding down it. And by the time I got down, teacher's aide was already pulling on my leg like to take me to the principal's office, but there was like 200 people just surrounding all of their Snapchats out. Yeah. And then transitioning on to high school, because here in Utah we only have 3 years of high school, sophomore, junior, and senior. Your freshman year is spent in your middle school.
So boof, bro. I've been to 3 middle schools because of that shit.
Yeah. But when we did get to high school, our sophomore year was probably the year that we hung out the least.
I remember, because you had disappeared halfway through the summer.
Yeah.
Because you were getting ready for football. So you just like were in the gym doing this thing. I was like, whatever. First day of high school, you come in, you're bulked up in your red flannel.
Yeah.
Had a bandana on. And I was like, everyone was like, yo, what? Because no one had heard from you.
Yeah, that's like
because you got expelled.
I got expelled the last couple weeks of 9th grade, so no one had heard like shit from me. And then football was starting, like high school football was starting, so I was focused on that.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, my grades weren't good enough to play sophomore year. I had like a 1.8 GPA, and so they would, and that's bad enough to where they're not even going to negotiate with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just can't play. So I did all the summer workouts for football. Leading into that year, come to the season, I can't play. And so I was like, well, what am I going to do with my life? I got really into the gym. Like it's the biggest I've ever gone, and I was 16. Like I really fell in love with like working out, and I just didn't talk to anybody. I just went home, played with my dog.
You grew too, bro.
Yeah, I grew like 4 or 5 inches too.
Everyone was just like, holy. That's when that's when girls would like talk about you.
Yeah, that's the first time I remember like them being into me.
I remember specifically. I remember like seeing her, like you walk past and I think she was like right next to me, and she's like, holy, is that Corey Wynn? And I was like, damn, bro's doing his thing. I was like, that was fire.
After sophomore year was over and like leading into junior year, I mean, I got a better handle on the workouts and things like that to be able to work out and make time for my friends. And how I did that was I just neglected homework again, just anything to do with school. So I got bad grades again my sophomore year, but good enough to where I could play football the next year. And so that summer I had a lot of fun, and me and Damon kind of started to like reignite our friendship.
Yeah.
And then our junior year, I can't remember anything specific about our junior year.
I can't remember a single thing that happened junior year.
We went to that like haunted house place. That was that year.
Yeah, we snuck in. Griffin was there too. Gage was there?
Yeah,
Gage was there. We thought we were so fly, bro. We drove in like an hour and a half out to this haunted house that was like shut down. It's reopened.
Yeah.
And it's connected to an abandoned mental hospital. And we snuck in and we were just around.
We probably broke some
We set off an alarm.
Yeah, we set off an alarm, started blaring to it. We stole a fire extinguisher.
I stole a jumpsuit.
Yeah, we always get into a lot of trouble, but not get in trouble. We never got in trouble for that. So
I just remember
now.
I just remember making out with this chick in the back of Griffin's car, and Griffin's a year younger than us. And I don't think he had his license.
He didn't have his license.
He didn't have his license, and he was with a junky car, and I'm making out with this chick in the back.
I know who you're talking about.
It was so funny, bro.
And then senior year is when things really started to get like serious. Like I realized I was like, okay, this is gonna be like the one guy. If there's anyone here, this is gonna be my guy. Like after high school and beyond that. Like really, as our senior years progressed, Like we just got tighter and tighter.
Oh yeah, bro.
Ended up having a couple classes together, even the classes we didn't have with each other.
They were like right next to
we
each
would
other.
just go into each other's
like,
classes.
Tori!
Yeah, we would just be making videos on like Snapchat and stuff.
Bro, remember? Yeah, those Snapchat videos. That one day where we just did douchey. We would walk in and like steal a Slurpee from each 7-Eleven.
Oh my god! It's when Boonk was first blowing up, so we
Yeah.
thought we were so funny. We just walked around and just stealing shit. Stealing shit. I'm so glad we never like released that or like took that any further, because it's the worst. Those are the worst series of videos we've ever filmed.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, they're kind of funny.
Yeah, we walked into a DI. I was like, "Yo, watch this." I put on robes, and I filmed it. Just waved by, said goodbye to the people at the front.
Nobody did anything.
And we walked out.
Besides that 7-Eleven guy, we went to 7-Eleven to get Slurpees, and we're still banned to this day. And then from there, filming like our silly little videos like that, we naturally, right after high school, right after we graduated, I was doing a little bit on YouTube, like on a personal channel that I had. Nothing too serious, just like making videos. I knew I wanted to do it, like deep down, but like I probably had 150 subscribers. And Damon approaches me with this idea that we start a YouTube channel, that we start a podcast, and name it an idea that we already had for our podcast, Speedy and the G.
Mm-hmm.
We came up with the name Speedy and the G while I was getting a haircut. I was calling myself Speedy G at the time, the Speedy Gonzalez, because I thought I was fast. Relatively, not really. But anyway, we said if we were ever going to start a podcast or do something, we'd call it Speedy and the G.
Mm-hmm.
So one night we're driving in the car and we're like, hey, we should start that podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Like all friends do. And we just turn on Damon's voice memos.
Bro.
And I wish we had it to this day, because we said some of the most disgusting,
gory,
weirdest shit ever. I remember one thing you did mention about 10 minutes in, though. You were like, yeah, dude, I'm only doing this so one day people can, like, make, like, fan edits and, like, fanfics of us.
Yo.
I remember you said that, and you were completely joking. Now it's a complete reality.
That's so weird.
Like, not even 3 years later.
Mm.
It's a reality. And then we liked what we heard, I guess, so we went home, sat on the floor of my bedroom, and created a YouTube account.
Yeah. Damn, bro.
And then the next day, we filmed our first YouTube video up in my mom's attic. From there, like from that first YouTube video, when we got like 2 comments and like 95 views.
Oh, yeah.
No, actually, we did break 100 views within like the first couple of days. I remember that because I was like, wow, this is better than my channel does. Mm-hmm. Yeah, after that, it was real easy for our friendship to strengthen, because all we both wanted to do was come up with more video ideas.
Yeah.
And make better videos. People loved seeing us together, so it was very easy to strengthen our friendship.
There was like the only day we didn't see each other was like Sunday.
Yeah. There was a point in time where Damon was like so locked into Speedy and the G, and that he got his ears pierced for a video, even though his parents adamantly told him not to. They kicked him from his house.
Yeah. I was like sleeping here for like a week.
He was staying with me for like a week, and we were just cranking out. That's when we started TikTok.
Yeah.
That week. I remember that.
Oh my gosh, bro. Yeah. And we were making the dumbest TikTok. Holy hell.
In 2020, 2 years ago. That's when we started. And then our big blow up kind of happened last summer. Like, I'd say when we started gaining the most attention.
Mm-hmm. A year ago.
And after that, we had to figure out, in my opinion, a whole new dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Because at that point, not only is there attention on you, but also you want to succeed, but you also want to let your friend know that, like, hey, we're friends no matter what.
Oh, yeah. And there's like, we had, before like we started TikTok and the whole blow up, we had our own, we were like our own, we had already thought of like our own little characters that we were playing.
Yeah.
Because that's all, people don't understand, like, or maybe it's just how we perceive ourselves, but maybe it's with every YouTuber. But like when we're on screen, it's like we're in like a movie, like we're playing characters.
Absolutely.
So it's like we had our own little thing going, we had our own characters going, and then when the whole TikTok thing blew up, it's like, all right, people want to see this, and we have to like switch up,
Play to that,
and also still be that character or add that into the characters.
Even though we had never thought of that before, suddenly people are dropping this idea on us, and we're like, okay, that's kind of funny. We've joked about it before, but this is all people want to see from us.
Yeah.
So that was upsetting, and that was kind of hard to navigate through. But the number one thing that I tell myself that's like got me through this, and why I think we'll be friends forever, is just like, you started this because you love making videos and you love your best friend. So as long as that's true, and like I'm honest about it and you're honest about it, and we both still feel that way, like I think it's pretty hard to fail.
Yeah.
Because it started and like we both committed to it from such a genuine place that if it really came to it, I think we both would pick our friendship over any sort of like anything that would separate us, no matter how good or how fruitful, because like that would take a part of me personally, my soul.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
Yeah, that would, and I wouldn't be happy.
Yeah, same. Like people on the internet, like, or the friends that we know and the people we've met in the content creating industry or whatever, it's like a lot of them, 90% of them did it by accident. Like, we're one of the few that's been plotting on this, you know? Like, we calculated, talked about it, steps planned out. Like, so and we did it so organically at the same time. We did it to where like, and we're doing it to where it's like, there's awkwardness when it comes to like ideas and when we get upset at each other, but it's like, dude, when we turn on a camera and film a video, it's like, look at him, look at me.
There's no better duo.
There's no better duo, and it's just fun. It's just a good time.
I've never had an experience where someone put a camera on us or we put a camera on ourselves and we look back and we're like, yeah, that's just simply not entertaining. Yeah. There could be factors like with the video, we could have done it better, stuff like that, but there's just no way. We just know each other too well. I think we just play off each other. It was enough patting ourselves on the ass. But also, let me pat ourselves on the one more time. You were talking about this, we talked about it, like we set goals, we have, I'd say we've achieved like 40-50% of those goals we set out to do. We did a magazine together. That was a big thing for me.
That was a big thing for me too, bro.
When I was at that shoot, and I would look over at Damon and think about us talking about that with buzz cuts, just like fresh out of high school. You're like, yes, somehow, some way, we're going to model together on a magazine. We would have verbalized that, people would have died laughing.
Oh, yeah.
It's stuff like that builds that trust in us that we can accomplish things and maintain being the best of friends. And so my best advice to someone who's trying to do something similar or in a place where they don't know how to manage a friendship and one thing with their friend as well. I'm sure that's not as common of a situation as I'm making it sound. But my best advice would just to set goals and accomplish them. Because the feeling you get when those goals are achieved and you can go back and make an exact list of steps that it took to get there, that's not that hard to repeat, and that is unfiltered happiness when that is achieved, and you can continue to do it. So just set goals and kiss.
What? Making or starting a business or like a creative venture with your friend, it's like the trust is like, we didn't really have to find or think about trusting, or at least me, I didn't have to think about trusting him just because we've been doing crazy since we were 15.
Yeah.
So where it's like, holy shit, I have to trust this dude with like not letting me die and fall off the four-wheeler or getting me in trouble with the cops. Like the trust is there.
Yeah, that's good.
So it's if you're gonna like,
that's good.
And that's, I think, at least 70% of a good friendship, especially if you're gonna go into a content and business venture, you know. It's like you really have to trust them that they know you and that Like they have your best interest in heart, you know? Because it's like, regardless of what it is, it's like one's gonna do better than the other in a certain situation and vice versa, you know?
Yeah.
So you have to like really be like, well, regardless of what they're doing in their own personal thing or like what I'm doing, it's like we're both doing this thing together that has been there before anything else.
And being straight up happy for each other too.
Yeah.
And being like, let's go. That's my guy.
Exactly, bro. So it's just have the or make sure you have the trust in that person, you know.
That's really good, because if this dude was gonna me over, he has had plenty of opportunities and he would have done it a long time ago.
Probably.
I hope you feel the same.
Yeah. So it's just good to have a best friend that just
We're gonna hug off camera, because if we do it on camera, y'all are gonna make it weird.
Yeah. We're not gonna cry either. We're always gonna be doing Speedy and the G until we don't have to. That's the goal. But for the next like 5 or 6 years, you know, we're gonna make a lot of money. We're gonna get a lot of new friends along the way. We're gonna make a lot of videos.
And you're not gonna get rid of these faces.
You're not gonna get rid of these faces. We're the best damn faces on the internet.
Best damn faces on the internet. Get used to it. And that's the story of Speedy and the G, until further notice.
Yeah. We'll see you next time. You faces.
That my best friend, she a real bad